Hey, what's up guys? You've seen the news. Our bank savings interest rate account have once again fallen to an all-time low. That's right. Hopefully that's not your stonks. It's just your interest rate savings account. For those of us that are putting our money in Singlife, Gigantic and Dash Easy, you think that we're safe, right? 2% in Singlife. But wait, if all the banks are reducing their interest rates, you are next, or we are next, because I also put my money there. But fear not, today I'm going to share with you a method that can help you earn 2 to 4% on your spare savings account money. And if that sounds good to you, be sure to watch till the end and hit that subscribe button. Give it a little tap, helps the channel out a lot. Alright, so there's a lot of things that have been happening this week. First off, YouTube sent me this silver play button. Yes, I finally got 100,000 subscribers, so that's for my other channel, my bigger channel, and there's so much updates on my business. But business aside, let's talk about today's topic. So I'm going to keep it really simple, really tight. If you have any questions, feel free to just chat me up on Telegram or leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. All right, so on one hand, the US Fed said that interest rate will remain like zero for a while, and this means that we can expect to see all our savings account, our fixed deposit, and even our government bonds just fall to like nothing. So when it comes to the stock market, we all know that over the long term, putting your money in stocks is the best way to go. But the problem is it's volatile, it's risky, and during such uncertain times, do you want to put your money into stocks, especially if you're new to investing? So some of us might just want to wait out these uncertain times before investing in the market. So we kind of keep a lot of cash, but the problem is our savings account just go, down the drain. So where do we put our money? So in this video, I'm going to share with you one opportunity that I found. I want to get your opinions, and more importantly, should you decide to invest, please do your own due diligence, because I'm just sharing what I have found, my opinions on this opportunity. So let's begin. So this opportunity that I'm looking at, right, is to invest in the high-grade corporate bonds in Singapore. So let's break this down in many layers and explain why I think this is a fantastic place to keep our spare money during this uncertain time. So let's talk about bonds. What are bonds? So for those of you that don't understand, bonds are basically loans that companies do to the public. So, you can borrow money from the bank. You can also borrow money from the public. And if you borrow money from the public, that's called a bond. And for a bond, they pay coupons on a periodic basis, which is like interest rates that you pay to the bank if you take a loan. So high-grade corporate bonds basically refer to companies that are extremely financially stable. So according to Moody's, they have different tiers of classification for companies. So high grades are like basically your A grade and above. So A to C, they're like the top of your class. So that means that they have a very high chance of paying back your money if you lend money to them. So why do I recommend a high-grade bond ETF, right? Is because as an investor, if you want to buy a bond in one of these companies, you need to pay a huge amount of money. So by having an ETF, it allows you to diversify over 50 reputable companies in Singapore, and therefore you are able to make sure that, even if one of them don't pay, you can be certain at most of them, 49 of them, or 90% of them will pay you back your money on time. And with that being said, why do I suggest Singapore high-grade corporate bonds and not the US corporate bonds? First, right, you need to look, if you invest in the US corporate bonds, there's a risk of exchange rate, switching and reducing your earnings. That's first. And secondly, if you look at the companies that constitute this high-grade ETFs, right, they are like too big to fail in Singapore. They are like your LTA, your OCBC, DBS banks within Singapore. In other words, they are systematically important within Singapore. So therefore, the government is likely to make sure that these companies would pay your money on time. And this provides an additional layer of certainty for you. So this high-grade corporate bond is actually really new in Singapore, and the ticker symbol is NIKIGCB. So I'm going to put a link, like the text over here. And if you look at its performance throughout this period of time, it's yielding around, I think, 5%, 4 or 5%. But here's the catch, because as interest rates fall, right, you can expect bonds yield to fall. So when I look into the details, the annualized yield for this company is about 2.17%. And the problem is you are unable to tell how volatile this corporate bond can be. So because the Singapore corporate bond ETF is really new, it's only like 2 years old, I'm going to reference like a US high-grade corporate bond ETF to kind of compare and see what is the maximum drawdown that this corporate bond ETF can experience, so that we can kind of see what is our risk, right? So looking at this US corporate bond, right? in April 2018, it experienced a 5% drawdown. And when I dig deeper to why was there such a drop, which recovered by the end of the year, by the way, it was because it was due to a rising rate environment. And bonds are very heavily affected by interest rate, because if your saving account has high interest rates, why would anybody want to buy bonds? Make sense? But because due to COVID-19, we now know that interest rates is going to stay zero for a significant period of time. And when that happens, bond prices are expected to rise. So that's first. So it is unlikely, very unlikely, that you're going to experience a maximum drawdown of 5% like it did. And even if it does, within a year, it will recover back to its norm, not to mention the dividend that it pays not to mention the payout, not dividend, that it pays every single year, would basically protect you from your losses. So therefore, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to put our money and get a significantly higher yield than putting your money in your bank. However, for those of you that are a lot more risk adverse, there are other government bonds that you can invest in, like your SSB bonds, but the yield is really terrible, in my opinion. So that's why I think that I'm going to put my money in the corporate bond, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the FSM1 to buy the bonds, and it only takes 30 minutes for you to withdraw your money from your FSM1 account. So therefore, in terms of liquidity, it is quite fast for you to withdraw your money unless it's a huge sum of money. And that is why I think, and I want to recommend that, hey, this is a fantastic opportunity for you to consider putting your money in. So I hope this video has been helpful. What do you think of the bond? I haven't bought the bonds yet. If you want me to kind of show you how I actually buy the bonds, fund my account and buy the bonds, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to kind of share with you my process of buying the bonds and the results, as well as get in touch with me during my Telegram group chat. So with that said, please take good care of yourselves and check out my other videos over here and here, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. UPS expedited. Damn. Thank you, YouTube. It's so nice of you. I'm so excited to open this. Unboxing another video. 100,000 subscribers. That's insane. Can you imagine? Okay.